Welcome again to another edition of QSM Radio. We got a very special edition interview with my boy DJ Astonish, coming all the way from UK, tapping in with the US. So if y'all don't know already who this is, then y'all already behind. And y'all ain't been following me because I'm definitely behind DJ Astonish and what he got coming on the Come Up Radio, his big movement and everything. But go ahead and do your introduction and let them know.
Yo, you already know it is. It's your boy DJ Astonish, all the way from the UK, right here in the stateside. I'm currently on tour with my brand, On The Come Up. You can find it at www.onthecomeup.com. And that's On The Come Up, ONNACOMEUP. That's On The Come Up, and On The Come Up Radio on all social media platforms. And yo, man, like I said, I'm just out here supporting like yourself, man, the independent and up and coming artists, man, next in the game, man. We're getting in there first before these, clout chasers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about, man. And, I do it because I love music, you know what I'm saying? You love real music.
You gotta love music with this game.
For sure.
So, tell them how On The Come Up Radio came about and what's the mission for On The Come Up Radio?
Mission. So, I came in this game. Funny enough, I didn't pick DJing. DJing picked me. Like, it was one of those. I was just like into music.
Right.
And then I could always predict the next hot hits. And everyone was just like, and this was the time, right, before social media was like a thing. So Spotify, YouTube. Like, I remember back in the day when you could barely find tracks on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So I would be the guy who brings the records and people are like, oh, just play your tunes. And people are like, I need to be in the clubs.
Right.
So I got into the clubs and I just, I used to push records. That's what I used to do. And I was like, I need to make this as a career. I'm going to make this as a career kind of thing. So that was, one element in my head. But then came the politics. Came I saw how the industry controls the narrative, how, I don't want to say you get industry plants, but there's certain artists that get the benefits.
Definitely.
And I was just like, this ain't what I'm about. Because I ended up when I got into radio, commercial radio, I had to support records that I weren't really feeling. And I'm thinking, I'm the DJ here. Like, no. So, from working in corporate radio and, just building like networks and doing what I was doing, I got to a point where I had to ask myself, what's next? Because clearly this isn't for me.
Right.
So On The Come Up came about, I got to shout out my boy Snipes, always give him credit. Because
shout out Snipes.
Shout out Snipes and Capital Minds, and also Truth, man, because, they got me connected with the Coalition DJs.
Okay.
Because I was exhausted with working with people that were just on this clout mission.
Right.
I wanted to break records. That's what I came into this game to do.
Right.
So On The Come Up came about it's about On The Come Up. Simple, it says it for itself. It's about the next artist on the come up. And that's in everything. Because, I'm covering a vast range of talent. I'm branching out. This is a multi-brand that I'm doing.
Right.
But obviously, I'm focusing to music because that's what I specialize in. But it's just about scouting people and giving people a platform that are just trying to be heard. You know what I mean? People with real talent, people that come from underprivileged backgrounds like myself, that don't get that head start.
Right.
And give them hope. What I realized by being in the industry for so long is that, when you just do you and you be real to who you are, you generate genuine relationships.
Definitely.
And I got a lot of people that would come out of prison that would call me up and say, yo, man, like, I need help, yo. Like, I'm trying to build. And I'm thinking, they're coming to me out of all people you going to.
Right.
And that's because I know I'd give them my time.
Right.
And, that's, On The Come Up is about hope, man. It's about giving artists hope, real people. And it's not just about working with everybody, because I'm not one of them people. I've worked with people. I've been in that game where I was working with everybody.
Right.
And I'm sensitive to energy. So where I'm at now, man, like, it's about putting the right people on the platform, the right people who want to make it, but do right with it, not lose themselves, because the industry, man, the industry's full of a lot of bullshit.
Oh, yeah. And they'll try to transform you to
Seriously.
doing this and that. So staying true to what you're trying to do and your mission is, I applaud it. So, of course, this is a very special edition, about DJ Astonish tapping in with the U.S. How do you navigate or difference the way you push UK and US artists? Because I know it's different styles,
very
and
different market,
different
very
fields,
different market.
different markets.
I think it's just understanding the business on both sides.
Right.
The US is very advanced compared to the UK. The UK has always looked at America for state of approval.
Right.
But a lot of people, particularly artists, don't understand the business of the, that's why there's a lot, I mean, I know it's out here the same in the sense of you got a lot of people and managers that don't know, don't have a clue, a fucking clue how to manage an artist.
Right.
But particularly in the UK, not many artists make money. They don't know how to make money because it's like they're focused on their art. So then again, getting a manager, and if the manager knows about it, well, half the time the artists don't know that they're even making money because the manager keeps that from them.
Right, right.
So there's that element. So with the UK, it's a very different, very different way how the industry is what people do. Like a lot of people don't understand the strategic planning of how to put a record out.
Right.
A lot of people just put it up on YouTube, put it up on SoundCloud and hope for the best.
Right.
And that's how the UK market is kind of doing. And if they get radio play on commercial radio, then they think they make it.
Right.
That's
even US.
For sure.
Yeah.
How I come in with that, how I navigate the both is I understand the business, but I implement it in my way of how I understand the business as a whole.
Right.
From the US market, how the US do things, obviously working with the coalition DJs and people like yourself. So I just make it work where it's channeling through my platform.
Gotcha.
So I'm not trying to sit here like, okay, hey, I'm going to, I got artists tapping in. I want to connect. I'm about building relationships because as the saying is, it's not always what you know, it's who you know.
Definitely.
So with what being in the industry for so long and still building and being at a point where I'm really building now, I'm making sure I have the right networks. So how I really navigate the market, if it's a UK artist I'm fucking with and I'm going to want to push him, then I'm going to assess on the artist of what market have they got potential to be driven in the US?
Right.
Can they make it in the US?
Right.
Will the US fuck with them?
Right.
So people like yourselves and other members of the Coalition Tennessee, like getting up on a Zoom call, getting feedback to see if y'all fuck with it.
The real feedback.
Yo, the real feedback.
Tell you the real.
And the thing about it, when I have plugged these artists in, they say to me, Astonish, I thank you because you put me onto real people. I can see these people are real people and know what they're talking about.
Definitely. Because I say, not to cut you off, but I say I'm the hardest one to pass by on that call. Like, if you pass me, then you doing good.
Yo, for sure.
Because I'm definitely going to say,
no, for sure.
Stop it.
Yo, for sure. And when I first started doing the calls, I mean, obviously we on a different time frame, so I try my best to make them, because I get caught up out there. But one thing what drove me to you is particularly because I used to see how your comments that you used to give the artist.
Right.
I used to think, yo, my man's thinking the same as I am. So this guy's tuned into, so I knew that we were tuned into the same frequency.
Right.
Because, we had a call the other day and you was just like, man, I'm fed up hearing the same thing. And I'm thinking, man, it's the same as, that's what I was going to say. Like, you're taking what I'm going to say, man. But no, for sure, man, you're strategic. And the thing why you're strict is because, don't get me wrong, shout out to the team, but you're one of the elite that are actually putting in work.
And I've been doing this for. I've been messing with independent artists for a long. I started. That's where I started. It wasn't DJ clubs. It wasn't. No, I started promoting independent artists. That wasn't. I wanted to get shine everywhere or everything I was on.
Yeah.
And I want them to actually feel like it's something that I really behind. I believe in you. A lot of artists look for people to help and push with it. They don't have their right team or whatever, but you also need to invest in a DJ on your team. Invest in them, just like you're going to invest in your music. Invest with a DJ that really behind your music.
It's vital. And I think that's where a lot of artists lose track, because the difference with the DJ, I say it to every artist, is that the DJ has the leverage because they're dealing with different types of audiences.
Right.
Different types of age group. When you're an artist, you're making your music. You might be the most diverse artist going, making all the types of music, but you ain't got the crowd. Not yet, man. You ain't got the crowd. The DJ's got the crowd.
Right.
The DJ's getting the bookings. The DJ's getting the different venues, the different environments, whether it's weddings, clubs, radio, different elements of people that you won't necessarily tap in, because if you're a hood nigga, like, how the hell you getting into corporate events? So, man, you already know.
And have a DJ on your team, like when you pull up to different states or different areas, that DJ should be already tapped in with the other DJs there, and they know what this song will work here or this song won't work here, because all your songs ain't gonna work in every market.
That's it. That's
so
the one.
That's the whole point of having a DJ on the team. That's the importance.
For sure, man. For sure.
So, what else you got coming? I mean, what can, not to give out too much, but what are you working on?
Well, so I've been building this. Obviously, I've been building on the come up for the last year. And when I was building the brand, I was experimenting because a part of it was the radio, that for real people that still wanted to stay tuned with me when I left corporate radio. Right. But again, you know, my long-term goal when I was in commercial radio, I was going to build a sustainable freestyle platform.
Gotcha.
And that never really happened. I did it on and off, but in terms of a branding, it never happened because it just wasn't working out. And when it came to realization of starting this brand, I was like, okay, it's perfect time to do a freestyle platform. So I had to come up with how I was going to do it. Right. We've got how we're doing it now. I actually did the original pilot series back in the UK before I flew out here in the States, just to see if people are still fucking with what I do out in the UK. And I had so many people tapping in with me, and it wasn't intended because my aim was to come out here and film for the platform. Right. So I wasn't really looking on. I was going to do UK freestyles, but that wasn't the number one focus because you know I'm trying to expand overseas. So it's the freestyle platform is what I'm building. You know, I got so many artists in the UK that like wanting to jump on, and now they know the Americans on this platform. And you know, this platform is about creating the transition, the plug between the two continents for independent artists, because we all see that the platforms that are out there that are established, that people go on, and you know, it's all the same artists that are jumping on them. Right. So, you know, let's have some new content. There's a bag of talent out there. Definitely. And that's what it's about. It's about having exclusive, raw content. And, you know, when these artists do break through the industry, you know, it's going to be a classic piece of work. Right. I'm not out here trying to, you know, jump on the clout and be like, oh, I want this right now. I'm trying to create something that you can go back and thinking, wow. You know, you look back in time. I
saw that artist on the radio.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want. I'm trying to create, you know, like I say, classic content and just stuff that you can go back and like, because let's face it, when you look at your hot artists that's just come out and you're first hearing about them, what do? You go back to the early work. Right. You look back, if you're a real fan and you really fuck with them, and you see how they look from ragamuffin to $1 million. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, On The Come was just about raw talent, man, and real people. And relationships. So what I'm building is the platform. This is what we're driving this year, is a freestyle and connecting it between both ponds, man.
Well, congrats on the transition.
Man, it's hard work.
You know what I'm saying? To move, you know what I'm saying?
I'm working.
How did the UK artists feel about you tapping with the US? I mean, what kind of feedback you getting?
The real supporters love it. They respect me because they've seen me grind for so long in the game. So like, you know, I got haters. I already got haters. Like, yo, this guy thinks he's American now. Like, he's selling out. Like, yo, well, you.
That means you ain't doing nothing. You don't got no haters, so you know you're doing something.
You already know, but it's like the same time you hate it. You ain't supporting me before, bro. So what am I supposed to do? Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just saw that you know, you can't limit yourself in anything you do. So where I'm at in this game is that I'm not limiting myself anymore. So the US made sense because I've done what I needed to do in the UK. There's nothing more out there for me in terms of, you know, elevating other than elevating my own brand. Right. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it internationally. I don't want to be on the same level. You know,
we ain't local. We ain't
local, man. You know yourself when we take the shit on the road. Right. So, you know, the artists out there, man, the real ones are really supportive. Like, yo, I respect you. I even got artists tapped in with US artists and UK artists looking to do collabs out there. And I've got other things in the pipeline. Funny enough, I'll just say this. You know, I've done production myself, producing for the on and off, but I'm not into that. I'm not passionate about production. But I may have a record coming out this year. I may have a record coming out this year. I got
someone. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, so gonna be interesting. So that's something I'm potentially looking on.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And it's only because the artist that is on the record I'm fucking with, and you know, when I see people that are really, you know, just needing a break and needing the upper hand, you know, I want to help, man. So definitely. That's where that comes. Everything's comes from good intentions.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate you for tapping in with QSM Radio, giving some knowledge on. We appreciate you coming to the U.S., tapping in with us, man, bringing that UK business and UK love. Let them know where to follow you at, how to tap in with On The Come Up Radio outlet.
Well, you can follow me directly at DJ Astonish on all platforms, and all my links to On The Come Up is all on there, the website, the social media. So that is at DJ Astonish.
All right, y'all heard it from now. Y'all better tap in right now with DJ Astonish. We are not local. This
For
is
sure,
UK
man.
to US.
Yo, you know.
Tap in. Who knows? You might see a project with both of us, or a mixtape coming.
You never know, man.
You never know. That's gonna be real big.
Woo,
You know what I'm saying?
you already know this, man.
So appreciate y'all tapping in. QSN Radio on the Come Up Radio. We definitely on the come up. Let's go.
Yo, you hit it, dog.
Appreciate you.
Yo, man. Love every time, dog. Sure, man.